Today's battle is between the Dragonzord from Power Rangers and Natsunomeryu from the Ultraman Saga. Let's get into it. The Dragonzord is another Zord from the Power Rangers. That's pretty much it. He's a giant dragon Zord, piloted by the Green Ranger. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But what about Natsunomeryu? Well, he's a peaceful water dragon who's only mad because so apparently he protected a small town from he protects a small town. He's a peaceful dragon, but then capitalist greed got the better of his town, and then he starts getting pissed, starts fucking shit up, and then it takes Ultraman to stop him, and then he grabs his cleansing ray, and now he's all back to normal and goes and resides in his cave. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, Dragonzord, what do you have? Well, the Dragonzord. Well, he's around 124 feet tall, and is around 203 feet tall. No, okay. Dragonzord is 124 feet tall and is around 203 feet long. And he also weighs 170 tons. Mother Shucker could be a Pacific Rim Kaiju. But what about Natsunomeryu? Well, Natsunomeryu is 232 feet tall and weighs around 63,000 tons. So you can see that this giant dragon is a lot bigger than the actual thing, than this mechanical Mother Shucker. What are their abilities, eh? Yeah. Well, what are their abilities? Well, besides from punching, biting, kicking, tail slapping, he can also shoot missiles from his fingertips. He can transform. He can freaking transform, basically. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Isn't there, more? In his battle mode. Let's get into his battle mode. Well, his battle mode, he can just, he has a pulse, he has a spear, giant sword spear thing, which he can just stab with, which insta-kills his opponents most of the time. Well, he also has a drill on the end of his tail, which he can use to drill into his opponent. He also has Dragon Shield, which, summoned, he can, deflect pretty much anything. He also has a stomp attack. When he stomps on the ground, a green shockwave ensues and stuns his opponents. And he also has a green flare thing on his back, which can when shaking around, squatting up and down, he can swing that shit around. Yeah. Okay. How would they defeat each other? Well, when Dragonzord gets into his battle formation, then that's when Natsunomeryu is fucked. Just get stabbed in there. But Natsunomeryu can just do his thing. And his weapons are detection immunity. He's immune to advanced detection technology, making him practically visible to his scanners. Fire wings, which he can use. Someone create fire and morph them into a massive pair of wings made of entirely of fire on his back that allow him to fly. These wings not only allow him to fly through the air, but could also be potentially used to burn opponents. And he can also shoot blue flames out of his mouth. His blue fire is hotter than orange fire. So literally, Natsunomeryu can just burn and melt down the Dragonzord. Okay, this fight takes place in New Delhi, in India. Let's get into it. The Dragonzord is deployed there, and he's like, looking around for stuff. When Natsunomeryu appears, and he's just, walking along, how people are praising him. But then Natsunomeryu sees the Dragonzord, and then he just ignores it. The Dragonzord shoots his finger missiles, pew pew, and Natsunomeryu roars in pain, and then charges. The people are literally yelling at the Green Ranger to stop him. But the Green Ranger doesn't listen. He thinks that, it's a threat. So naturally, the Green Ranger uses his Dragonzord to tail slap the dragon's, small head. But the dragon is surprisingly agile and dodges it. The Dragonzord sees this and then gets bitten in the neck and then thrown. And Natsunomeryu then claws him a couple of times and then tail slaps him down to the ground. And then shoots his blue fire. This melts some parts of the Dragonzord, and Dragonzord uses his stomp attack, and this knocks Natsunomeryu out of balance. Natsunomeryu gets back up, but Dragonzord chokes him with its claws, with his hands, and then throws him down to the ground. Natsunomeryu then gets up and tail slaps the Dragonzord, but Dragonzord tail slaps back, and this time uses his drill tail and it drills into the stomach of Natsunomeryu. Natsunomeryu is literally roaring in pain as the spinning drills are just like going into him. Dragonzord then uses his finger missiles and shoots it. He turns his missiles back and blasts into Natsunomeryu's face. Natsunomeryu falls back, and the Dragonzord sees him. With blood stained on his drill tail, he looks and sees. But then Natsunomeryu summons his fire wings and cuts through Dragonzord, almost cutting him in half by the waist. Dragonzord is roars in pain as Natsunomeryu flies away. But no, Tommy, or the Green Ranger, calls upon the other Zords, and then they transform into his freaking battle form. Yet now he has a spear. Dragonzord then uses his, back green flare and knocks down Natsunomeryu, who crashes into that white building on the background. Natsunomeryu roars, flailing his head in fury, and he then jumps and charges at Dragonzord. But the battle Dragonzord uppercuts the dragon in the head and kicks him in the balls. The dragon starts roaring in pain as the Dragonzord, now with his spear, impales the chest of Natsunomeryu. Natsunomeryu roars in pain before going limp. Dragonzord unsheathes his sword from the chest of the dragon, now deceased dragon. The Dragonzord has won. But the people are sad that their only freaking dragon is now dead. Tommy doesn't give a shit because he didn't understand and listen to the fucking people. So then he just leaves. Verdict. In a fight between Dragonzord and Natsunomeryu, Dragonzord is going to win most of the time. But he has better armor and more skill, more experience. And plus, he has better weapons. Well, if Natsunomeryu got in enough fire attacks, I'm pretty sure he can just melt and explode the Dragonzord. Anyways, that's all for today. I'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.